Hello everybody, Adam Scott Eggleston the First here yet again. So, my friend Kyson Kidd asked me some questions about why I started doing YouTube. So, this is my video response. Um, I just think it's pretty cool, the whole why I started doing YouTube, because I just think I'm cool. Alright, well, let me just get to the point. I don't really think I'm cool, but here it is. Kyson, in order to answer some of your questions, my motivation for starting my YouTube channel was when I got home from my mission. I met Logan Butler. He's one of my little brother's friends, and he's up at our house all the time. His older brother Shay does YouTube, and his channel is called The Shadetards, if you've ever heard of him. I heard spectacular things about him as I was growing up, because my preschool leader was the same preschool leader that he had. And my little brother Aaron told me that Logan, he would do YouTube and he'd make money off that. So I watched Logan's videos, and I was intrigued at why so many people would watch his videos. So I searched YouTube for Logan's older brother Shay. I just typed in Shay and his last name, which I've already said in this video, which hopefully he won't mind. And I came across a video, and it just made me laugh. It was a showy called Reduction. It was a show about it's a intervention about Shay getting over his addiction to rubber, which was totally hilarious because his kids were acting and stuff. Anyways, yeah, so I found that video, and I just started cracking up and laughing, and I saw I was getting like hundreds and thousands of views more than Logan was. So eventually I learned that Shay was actually the one who started it all, and mainly because of Shay's popularity. His little brother Casey, his younger sister Carly, and actually even Logan were all able to make successful YouTube channels. So I thought that'd be cool. That'd be the dream job. I figured out I had a similar personality to that of Shay's, and that I could entertain people and show them that I could have fun in life. So I came up with a name for a YouTube channel called Make Life Extreme, because I wanted a channel. I wanted a channel that would be personal to me. I knew in the back of my mind that I couldn't make a channel with the goal of only making money, and that it had to be about. I had to do it because I loved others. I knew that if I only wanted to make money, that I would fail. I knew that it had to be because I sincerely wanted to make a difference in people's lives. So I looked for something in me that all people had in common, and guess what that was? Guess.
I don't know what.
My roommate's being a good sport and listening to me right now. It's that they were all weak and they all struggle. I figure that's part of our earthly experience. So I'm a Mormon, and we go on missions sometimes. And when I was down there, I was in Chile. I got bronchitis, which eventually turned into asthma, and it was pretty devastating. Yep, I didn't have energy. I was fatigued in bed for a whole month, and I was on the verge of being sent home because of the sickness. So as I'm here in South America and sick, I had this special opportunity to make a special Skype phone call back to my parents, back to home. And in the phone call, my parents gave me hopeful advice. They said that they'd rather have me finish my mission than, if I could at all, then come home and have the thought years later haunt me that I didn't serve the mission to the best of my abilities. I wanted desperately to leave, and I wanted to come home and be able to recover, but I also wanted desperately to stay and finish the last 6 months of my mission. I had already been out for 18 months. I was pretty split. So my pops told me on the phone, on the Skype call, that he'd rather have me sent home in a box. That's kind of sketchy, don't you think? I think so. It's sketchy. It's very scary. Then he'd rather have me sent home in a box than come home in that moment. And I understood that moment that the purpose of my life was to serve God, no one else, and that if I had to die trying, that's what was going to have to happen. So I made a commitment to them and to my God that I'd finish my mission. So after many weeks of sorrow, I was able to start walking again without getting fatigued. I could walk little by little just more each day. Eventually, it didn't hurt anymore, and I was able to overcome it and finish my mission in Chile because I didn't. Because I didn't treat the bronchitis earlier. I currently have minor asthma and a great deal of phlegm in my throat and lungs, and I'm constantly hacking up. It's nasty. It's super gross. Everybody gives me grief for it. They're like, ew, gross. And I'm like, imagine how I feel. It's my mouth. Anyways, I figured that I could use that experience. Figured I could use the lesson that I learned in my attitude in that whole situation to be connected to my audience. My goal was to show people that even though I had limits, that I could still overcome them, have a great attitude, and make life extreme. So, Kyson Kidd, my goal in life. Sorry if I said your last name. Look him up. He's famous, Kyson Kidd, on YouTube. Anyways, my goal is in life is to always have fun and be smiling. I want to provide enough for my family that I can allow them to have a good time. One of the things that made me start this YouTube was a desire that I had to film a boating trip that my family does annually, almost annually, to Lake Mead. It's down in Nevada by Hoover Dam. That was my very first project, and that was a fun little project. Over time, though, video making for me has evolved, and it is now to the point of my videos. It's not necessarily, the point of my videos isn't necessarily to do extreme things, because I've broken over 4 bones in the past year and a half, and just trying to be extreme. I was skiing and hit a tree and BMXing and broke my collarbone. I broke 3 transverse processes in my spine, in my back, and that was horrible. That means horrible. Anyways, but the point of my videos is to make people see that I can make things and situations fun and interesting, even if they aren't really are that entertaining. And they can do that. I want people to know that they can do that too. So now I call my YouTube channel Make Life Extremely Fill in the Blank. Because it can be extremely awesome, hilarious, extremely funny, extremely awkward, if I didn't say that already. I feel it's important to have them, I feel like it's important to leave make in there, in the title, because in my case, I'm having to make life happy. I like the make being there because having and leading a happy life is a principle of action that you need to do. Life doesn't just come that way. Does that make sense, Coley?
Completely.
Okay, completely makes sense.
Elder Eagles.
I'm not elder. My goals with YouTube are to make videos that in some way or another can entertain, inspire, teach people how to lead entertaining lives. Lead entertaining, inspiring, teaching lives. If that makes sense. I want them to just be happy. Happy, happy, happy. That's not copyrighted. The way that I live it is through the gospel, and I figured that it's got to be my source of all happiness, and the whole world needs to know it. Shay, he's also an active Mormon, and actually in his videos you can always see pictures of Christ in the background. It's pretty obvious that when his kids are doing family home evening or talking about what they learned in church, that he's a Mormon. He's a member of the church. So as for now, I want to continue making fun and entertaining little videos while I'm single. But when I become older, or at least get married or something, I'd like to do vlogging. Vlogging. I like vlogging, not only for me because it serves as like a video diary that I can reflect on, and someday that my kids will be able to reflect on. They're also entertaining to others because they get to see someone else's life that might be completely different from that of their own life. I don't know to what extent for now I will keep vlogging, but it's something that I would like to keep doing for a long time. And maybe I'll make a new channel once I get married or something. Well, Kyson, I hope those answer your preguntas. That means questions.